it was a well-kept secret.
Sometimes
It's concerning your son, Specialist Donald A. Sargent.
a secret can live on.
1962.
Live on well past the lifetimes of those who kept them.
For 57 years, we heard absolutely nothing.
Advising you of the missing status of your loved one.
This is Jen Kirk.
I am the niece of Special 4th Donald A. Sargent.
Her uncle, Specialist 4th Donald Sargent, was a U.S. Army Ranger. 60 years ago, on March 16, 1962, he and 92 other U.S. soldiers, along with 11 crew members, were on board Flying Tiger Line Flight 739. For their loved ones, the details of the mission remained a mystery.
But he wouldn't tell a soul.
According to federal investigators, Flight 739 took off from California with several stops before its final destination, Vietnam. It never arrived. After departing Guam, the plane vanished. That kicked off a massive air and sea search covering 144,000 square miles. Investigators heard from an oil tanker crew that reported seeing an explosion in the sky, but not a single trace of wreckage nor any remains were ever found. Investigators concluded it was impossible to determine what happened.
Must have been hard.
For Donald's brother, Clifton Sargent,
Oh, he was just a go-getting kid from the country.
the past 6 decades have brought little closure about what happened.
Sometimes the rock moves slow till you get it going downhill.
And sometimes carving into granite is the goal. Sargent and family members of those lost on Flight 739 have been in a years-long push to have those soldiers' names added on to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C.
Why? Because he went over there, or headed over there, with the same means that the other boys on that wall fought and died.
But there's specific criteria for that, and the families say officials told them the names can't be added because even though the plane was en route to Vietnam, it went down outside the official war zone. Current Senate Bill 2571, introduced by Michigan Senator Gary Peters, would add those on Flight 739 to the Vietnam Memorial.
And that means that they won't be forgotten. Because the minute you stop saying their name, they're gone.
Wow.
Army veteran Don Sargent, who is named for his uncle, visited the wall in Washington and brought a letter he wrote to his uncle.
And I just wanted him to know that I thought that he deserved to be there. And that's what I put in the letter.
More than 700 miles away, amid the rushing waters and forests of Maine,
It just happened.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Maura Worcester hatched a plan.
I said, give me a little time and we'll make that happen. We'll actually have a monument with your loved ones' names on it.
Worcester founded Wreaths Across America. Each year, the organization places wreaths on tombstones at military cemeteries across the country. When Worcester heard about Flight 739, he decided they did deserve a place on a wall. So he built one, amid the very trees that are used to make the wreaths for military tombstones.
The Vietnam Wall is tremendous, obviously, and frankly, I really believe these people deserve to be on that wall. And someday they might, But right now, this is the only place that they're memorialized.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
And on a cold winter's day,
Thanks for coming.
that's where they gathered.
Master Sergeant Howard Gallipo Jr.
Exactly 60 years after their loss,
Specialist 5, Roy Edward Greenleaf.
families of those on Flight 739 honored their loved ones
Specialist 4, Donald Sargent.
at the only memorial in the world that remembers their lives and deaths.
That's right.
Among them, Clifton Sargent and his daughter Jen. But there's still one more journey they hope to make.
He's up there dancing the fiddle.
For them to be on the wall means that somebody in the government finally will recognize them, that they did live. They were a human.
To see these names one day in the nation's capital.
They did sacrifice, and it's their time.
In Columbia Falls, Maine, I'm Maya Rodriguez.